Okay, we are live. Yay.
Hey, hello everybody.
Hey guys, I'm Sandy.
I am Chloe.
And this is
This
WordStitch.
is the WordStitch.
Okay, we are live.
That is the rump of chonk right there. Hey, hello everybody.
Oh, what is
Oh,
that?
shoot, I did. Oh, I did that thing where I messed up. There we go.
Oh, okay. Not muted. Hello, Herb. Hello, Haley. Thanks for joining us again today. We're glad to have you here. And for anybody else who's joining us, hello. Say hello. We like that. We should explain what we do, shouldn't we?
We can.
So we are a virtual write-in. See the banner. We are gonna do 4 word sprints today.
I guess we should get stuff queued up for that.
Yeah, get some stuff queued up for that. And basically, like, you'll write with us if you're just sort of like getting into this and you stumbled across us somehow. Welcome to the world of virtual word sprints. There's tons of these out there, and our goal is just to write together instead of write separately. By which we do not mean collaborative, but
I mean, if you want to do that, you absolutely can. But
that'd be so hard. That would be so hard. So we're going to start at 4 or 5 with our first thing. So Chloe, what are you working on today?
I have no idea.
Really?
Yeah, no,
Does that mean the Easter demon is done?
No, not even a little bit. I had to pause to do some outlining because I've been having issues getting this story out, and I'm not quite done with the outline. So right now I am debating between continuing the outline or just writing, because we are doing word sprints. So I feel like I should be writing, or bailing on all of it and just continuing my reading for you.
Oh, don't do that. Use the word. I mean, not that I don't appreciate your reading, but like use this for you. Chloe has been graciously reading my angel story, which I finally finished last week. Thank God.
In case anybody is wondering, my cat is stalking the curtain right there.
Okay.
He is mentally handicapped, and I have no other excuse for that. He's gonna get that curtain though. Look at him. Anyways,
look at him on his haunches back there. Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to talk about things like advanced readers and reviews, and sort of like what our experiences with like getting early reviews have been, and if that's even possible. We're not 100% sure it is. We think, but with these people who have like hundreds of reviews,
we're trying it.
We are trying it. We are totally trying it. I am working on Wesley Ash today, so I'm moving on to They Ate Cake. You'll appreciate this, Chloe.
Right. I forgot that you still have one left in that series.
And I wasn't gonna put like a romance in. I was just gonna have like a continuation and sort of like tie up some other stories. But then like it's about cake. Like they ate cake, right? And so the first scene had to happen at a cake shop.
That's a joke. I'm sorry.
And so suddenly one of my characters bakes cakes, and he's just delicious. And it happened.
The cake baker is going to have a romance in it. I like it.
Yeah, definitely. Like it. I'm really excited about it.
Readers need more romance in their lives.
I think they do. And I mean, it was actually really fun to like have him be like, I can describe people as cakes. She was a chocolate ganache with buttercream. I don't, this kind of thing. It was good.
Yeah, but you would never do ganache on a buttercream. That's gross.
You're right. I didn't do that. I didn't. I looked up cake flavors from people who understand how to do this stuff. Hopefully it's acceptable.
I support that.
All right, let's get.
You have a resident expert though if you need it.
Okay, I'm gonna put up our prompt.
Awesome.
Oh wait. Oh, I added my screen, not yours. There we go. Okay, we're good. All right.
Okay, don't worry about us. So the prompt is: someone gets an assignment. We are going to write for the next 10 minutes. We will see you guys at 1:15. Good luck.
Okay. I have a really ambitious word goal this time. So let's see how I did. That was only 200 words for me. That is not enough. I need to do better. Chloe, how'd you do?
You'll be happy to know that I did right, and somehow I got 253.
Nice.
I don't know how, except that it was a scene where the guy was really mad that the girl was walking around without a shirt on. So
Wow.
she's got a bra on, just to clarify. She's walking around in like a sports bra. But he's irritated that she doesn't have any more clothes.
And Herb got 321. Very nice.
Very well done, Herb.
Yeah. I think so. So this particular story that I'm writing, it's like a wedding story. And I had a what would be the best way to put this? Extremely expensive princess wedding. That's probably the best way to put it. Like there was there was like so much stress that went on with it that there was like I was probably definitely a bridezilla, and there was a moment during the wedding when my maid of honor was like behind the scenes with me, and I was like sobbing, and she was like, "Do you want to leave? Like, like, do we need to leave now? Because I will go. We will get out of here." So like there's some trauma to it that happened. Although our guests tell us it was nice, and
I've never been to a dramatic wedding. All of the weddings I've ever been to, everything was pretty calm.
Oh my gosh! Well, we there. I mean, let's put it like this: like we happened to go to a church, like a huge church on Michigan Avenue in Chicago at the time. And so, and Malcolm was wearing like a kilt, and I had like a princess gown, a wedding dress. And like, it was the middle of December. And there was actually a point at which like we went outside and people thought that there were like famous people getting married or something because like, because we were all dressed up and like,
yeah.
You know, we just come out and there were bells and everything. And it was all like sort of like really super fancy. And I think when you do that kind of thing, drama just like ensues. There is.
Yeah.
This is going to be either cathartic or extremely traumatic for me.
Yeah, I don't think that I've ever been to like a big budget wedding.
That's probably for the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been to like backyard weddings, and I've been to beach weddings. I have been to weddings at horse barns. I've also delivered many wedding cakes to horse barns, and I hate it because they smell so bad. And I'm like, why would you have a wedding here? And like, people don't believe me because they think of those like venues, the rustic venues. But like, there is one picture that I took deliberately to prove a point where I had everything framed up perfectly. So like right here was the cake, and right here was a horse. Just to prove. That was also one where their wedding. So I don't know anything about horses or horse barns or anything other than it's a terrible place to have a wedding and people still want it anyways. But there was like a gully that I guess it was like it was a lowered place that was fairly big, that was like big enough for like horses to run around.
Okay.
But it was lower. It was a lower elevation than everything around it. I don't know if it was dug out specifically for this. Like, I don't understand. Everybody seemed to think it was pretty normal. But I got there, and like, it's probably like a 30% grade, and it's a good like 8 feet. And I said, well, how do I get down there? And the coordinator said, oh, you can just drive down there. And I was like,
Cake?
So I get that like a car can drive down this. It's grassy. It's not like I'm positive that my truck can handle it. But the funny thing about a cake is if it's like this and then you go like this with it, the top falls off. So I
Oh.
literally had to carry this
Oh.
down this hill. It's a standard 3-tier cake. It's a
Oh.
decently
Oh.
heavy
It's
cake.
a nightmare. That's a
Um,
nightmare. That's a
and I
horrible
had to
nightmare.
carry it down this slope. And then there's a goddamn horse right there.
Oh, please tell me the cake did not end up in
The
the
cake
horse.
was fine. I personally have never, no, I had one bad delivery, but like I recovered and the people loved the cake and it was fine. It was 5-tier. It was beautiful. I had to deliver that bastard downtown. And the roads caused the top tier to fall off.
Oh no.
Like I could see that it was tipping and I had a delivery buddy with me. So I made him scoop off the top tier and he was like, what do you mean scoop it off? I can't just like scoop it off. And I was like, oh no, you're going to dig your fingers right into it because if you don't do that, it's going to fall and destroy everything.
Wow.
I have the equipment to cover up finger holes. I don't have the equipment to completely rebuild a cake tier. So
Wow.
yeah,
Oh.
wedding cake delivery is extremely stressful.
I would, yeah, no, everything about weddings is stressful. Every there is no aspect that is not stressful unless you like elope.
Yeah. So really, I'm just curious because you've mentioned that you had a low-key wedding. What kind of venue did you have? And it's going to be a while before that catches back up to us. So
Yes.
those are some of the things. What kind of venue are you rating? Have you thought about this?
So I actually
listen to the wedding episode, and that's okay.
I sort of like split personality this. Like I have like a sister character in here.
You have horses. Keep going, Sandy.
Oh, that's awesome. Do it yourself wedding in the merchant's barn at the fairground. That is lovely.
Oh, merchant's barn. So there would not have been horses. I get it now. I can picture exactly where it was. I love that. That's a nice that's a good sort of, I have to like also figure out cheap venues for people a lot. Or like outside of the box venues because wedding prices get out of control. That was a good idea. Back to you, Sandy. What is your venue going to be for your
I haven't decided yet. Someplace extravagant. Something that is way too expensive. Because I am going to use this opportunity to take advantage of everything I learned about the wedding industry 10 years ago that was hell. Anyways, let's not talk too much about this. We should talk way more. Do you know what's less stressful to me than thinking about weddings?
Pretty much anything,
Yeah,
but you have a specific topic in mind.
I do. I think we should talk about reviews and advanced. Okay. So since we have like 2 minutes, when we get back, we're going to start talking about advanced reader copies and how that helps you do things like get reviews for your books.
I don't know if it's any less stressful than weddings, though.
Oh yeah, it would be less stressful than my wedding was. I can guarantee you. So I think, I don't know if everybody knows what an advanced reader copy is. Like I wouldn't have before I started this. So let's.
Oh yeah, no, we had no idea. Like
we had nothing.
So
I wouldn't have even known that you could do this as a self-published author, right? But there are ways to give your book to readers in advance. And we're not talking about beta readers. We're talking about like giving a finished book to readers with the goal of having them review it before the publication date. So that's what an advanced reader copy is. And we will talk more after our next write-in. But I think that's a decent definition, right? Like
but we're gonna talk more about it in 25 minutes.
In 25 minutes.
Timer going.
Let's set ourselves up.
We are going to be super productive for the next 25 minutes. And we will.
Chloe, your screen is gone. Did you unshare it?
Oh, I did unshare it. I had to fix something on that screen, and here we are. Oh, why do you have to be like this? Bye.
Oh,
Sorry.
oh, there's my doggy too. Aw.
We're very animal heavy today. Okay, there we go.
All right. Now we're ready.
Yes. We will see you guys at 10 of.
Okay.
How'd you do?
Words. Let's see. $682.
Nice.
Yeah.
I got 678.
Nice. I'm gonna put mine up here. 6.
And I had a couple panic moments where I was like, oh God, I don't know what words are.
Yeah.
You know those moments.
I do. I really do. Yeah, I
Well
need to
done, Herb.
very nice. And a sketchbook page. Haley's stuff is always so creative. Like we're like, oh, I got like 600 words. She's like, I did a painting.
It's because she's doing art projects, and the rest of us are just writing. I have completely lost any sort of creative energy except to write these days.
Oh my gosh, me too. I
guess I'm a cake decorator, so life is
But no, like I used to spend so much more time on like sewing projects and such, and now if I have extra time, I'm like, what can I do to make my website look prettier? What blog needs to be written? What advertising do I need to learn? And it's always a thing. Oh, we have another person.
Ooh,
hello, Elizabeth.
We have another person, and she started loading a pre-order, and that's fantastic.
Nice. That is fantastic.
It's also terrifying.
But good for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. And Haley, is this something that you're like currently writing and you had to do what I do where you stopped to figure out what the hell was going on, or are you just in the outlining phase? That is my question to Haley. And then what are we supposed to be talking? We're supposed to be talking about arcs.
Yeah, which might be helpful for anybody doing things like pre-orders. I mean, if you're doing that, you've probably already done this. But so I think for me, one of the things I did not anticipate was how extremely important it was to find advanced readers, like a couple weeks or a couple months or whatever before your book comes out. And so since then, I think you and I have both had like we both had challenges finding ARC readers. So we should talk about like how people do this. So one of the ways that people find advanced readers is by building up subscriber lists, right? And usually this happens by like maybe you're lucky enough you put like a book on Amazon or something and like a ton of people read it and they sign up for your newsletter because they get all the way to the end of your book. I think Chloe and I have found that is less common than you would think, especially for a new author. So we have both had to acquire subscribers using freebie magnets and BookFunnel. And then theoretically you get, 1,000, 1,500 subscribers or something. And then you say to them, hey, I've got a new book out. Would you like to have a free advanced reader copy? And ideally, then they are the ones who go, absolutely, we want free copies of your book. And they sign up and they review your books. But
however,
yeah, I think that is tricky. I would like to know who actually manages that. Cause I with some of mine, so with the more chick-lit type stuff that I do, those readers actually did respond. Like I over last year was able to develop a team of say 30 people who will be my ARC readers. But for the paranormal steamy romance, oh my gosh, no one is interested in being an ARC reader. Not that way. Is that your experience, Chloe? You have more than with the paranormal.
Yes. Yeah. So here is what happened with me is that I did end up with a bunch of people who said they wanted to be ARC readers, but then either I literally just purged that list. I probably purged a third of the people from that list because they literally never opened another email from me. So I don't know why they even signed up for that. So that has been a problem. And the other problem is that nobody ever reviews it. So I've got these ARC readers, and from that group of about 30, there are only 4 people who will actually leave reviews.
which is
Yeah.
so frustrating, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So my YA, like no one wants to be an ARC reader. My Wesley Ash, those people for the last book I did, they were amazing. Like 17 of them actually like read and reviewed the book, which is phenomenal for me. But the my steamy paranormal romance, I didn't even like, I get so few people who respond to those newsletters at all. I didn't even ask if somebody wanted to join an ARC team. Like I decided it was a non-starter and went directly to Booksprout instead and just like sent that link to my subscribers, hoping that like a few of them would be interested. Should I keep going? Am I in a monologue?
I'm sorry, I'm here. I'm just also typing.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I can no longer multitask because I'm entirely copy driven now because I never get enough sleep anymore.
Nice. So since like the subscriber thing is like sometimes difficult, there are these other ways that you can go about getting ARC readers.
Yeah.
So Booksprout is a service where you can basically like put your book up onto this like ARC forum, I suppose is the best way to put it. And the readers that go there are specifically looking for ARCs, theoretically. And Booksprout is also theoretically policing this. So like they have these kind of like levels. Like you can say, I only want readers who have good reputations on Booksprout, meaning they've like never signed up for a book and just failed to review it. But they could also just be total newbies. So like anybody who's just never signed up for a book at all counts as somebody who could grab your book.
Also, Booksprout has that issue of they give out your email address, making you a target for all of those scams.
Oh yeah, they do have some scams.
Yeah, they don't sell your email address, but they make your email address available. And so you end up with getting contacted by scammers who are like, oh, but send it to me directly here because Booksprout didn't work.
Oh yeah, don't do that.
Yes, and they're absolutely places that sell your book.
Right?
Yeah.
Although,
they're absolutely going to take that Moby that you just sent them, and they're going to sell it on their website.
Oh, that's so sad. But although, I mean, honestly, like your email's on your website somewhere, right? Like you must have some way for people to contact you.
Yes, but they're absolutely getting you through Booksprout.
Yeah,
like, they will specifically say, hey, I signed up for your thing on Booksprout. And then when you double check it, they're not on that list.
Yeah. But I mean, I think Booksprout is decent. Like I've had to like figure out what strategies work for that. So like sending an ARC team there is like so. Sending my subscribers to this most recent book, I actually do have claims. This is the most I've ever gotten. Like I have like 39 claims or something on that book. Now, will they actually review? Who knows? But still, theoretically, like 39 people could get that book and could review it. And I mean, in my opinion, if I can get, a third of those, if I can get like a fourth of those to review the book, that would be amazing. I'll take 10. 10 would be a really good number from Booksprout. And then theoretically those people can review on like Amazon and Goodreads and such. So, I think that works decently well. It's worth a shot anyway.
Yeah.
It's 5 o'clock.
So it is 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
So we are going to do a 1K 30 minutes.
Yes.
We are going to aim for 1K and not get anywhere close to it, except for Herb, who is amazing at it.
I'm going to try to get close to it. Herb, I'm coming after you.
I support that. I'm going to be happy if I get like 700. And we are going to continue this conversation on how to get ARC readers, and hopefully I'll be more involved in it next time because I was talking in chat. So good luck, everybody, and we will see you at 1/2 past the hour.
Okay. So that was 782 for me. Damn it. I didn't get to that 1K.
So this is going to say a lot about me, but I'm writing a character who's having a panic attack, and I wrote 896 words.
Oh.
I am really good at writing characters having panic attacks.
That makes that does. Oh, nice. 1,164 per killed us. Yeah.
How about it?
Hey, a blog post is still writing, right? Oh,
Yeah.
please.
Oh my God, do you see what a queen she is? Look at
Yeah.
her. I don't, oh God. My phone was beeping and now I don't know where it was. Keep talking though. Okay, I found it.
So we were talking about other places to get ARC reviews from, and we'd already kind of talked about Booksprout. Although I don't know, I think we both had bad experiences with Booksprout too. So I mean, it's so hit or miss, right? To try to get ARCs there. Chloe's totally texting. All right, so I'm gonna go on.
I'm sorry, I'm back.
Writing by hand. Oh my gosh, Rosalind is writing by hand. That is, hi Rosalind. I don't think we said hello to you, by the way. Thanks for joining us.
No, I've been talking to her though.
Oh, that's really good. One of us is on this. Yeah, so and Two Scenes Plotted is good for Haley too. I could not write by hand. Not only would I not be able to read my handwriting later, but like the amount of backspacing that I do regularly.
Yeah. I also I know a lot of people are really big fans of printing it and then editing that way, and I can't even do that.
Like hand printing.
Yeah, like you print it, like you print your manuscript up and then you edit by hand. And supposedly like that helps a lot of people. And I'm sure I say supposedly, but like I'm sure it absolutely does, but I am not that person.
Okay, so I have done that, but usually by the time I get to that stage, I'm at like let's put it like this. I did that for the Sisters of the Peerless Heart book, but by the time I got there, I was probably on draft like 22. So I mean, we're not talking about, the romance where you don't have time for 22 drafts. And I think that's the big thing for me. Like I can't, good luck, but yeah. So okay. So other spots where you can get ARCs, Book Sirens, I found is actually really
you're the one who knows all of this stuff. I've only ever done Booksprout.
You need to try books. Well, so I mean, Book Sirens is trickier, right? Because first of all, you pay them, so you don't pay for reviews, right? Like that's not allowed. But you pay for access to their readers, and they don't let like all the books that apply get access. So I think they choose based on whether or not they think that they're going to have readers who might be interested in your book. And if they do, then they'll accept your book. And then like I think you pay $10 for like just the access. And then if somebody downloads your book, you pay them like $2, but there's no guarantee again that like, and you're paying Book Siren, not the reader. Readers are getting things for free. And there's no guarantee that the person who downloaded your book is actually going to review it. So it's all about access. But I have found that Book Sirens is fantastic when they accept your book. They have not always accepted my books. And this time I'm trying Hidden Gems, which is similar to Book Sirens, except they'll take whatever book comes up, I think. But they schedule like months in advance. So like I have one scheduled for
where they like send out a newsletter with limited spots, and that's why you have to schedule it so far in advance, or
I don't know. I mean, I think it's their way of like controlling and making sure that like probably making sure that they're not overwhelming readers with something. Which I think is nice, right? Because otherwise, like with Booksprout, you're getting you have no idea how many people are looking at your stuff. And at any given time, any number of authors could be up there with you. So there could be like 400 books, you know, and it's very much like Etsy or eBay, where like the thing that's up first on the front page is the most interesting, but like your stuff only stays on page one for as long as other people aren't downloading new stuff. So
right. That's the big problem with Booksprout.
Yeah. So I feel like it's worth it to like, you know, let some company that's kind of like controlling, I don't know how to put it, like the flow of readers. It's not like they're like massively expensive. And again, you're not paying for reviews.
Sandy, oh, so mine, that's to me. I'm Chloe, and that's okay. I'm not offended.
I'm Sandy.
They're just cats. They're just mutts. We think that fat boy right there is partially Maine Coon, but he is only 14 pounds. So he definitely got like some other smaller breed in him. We're fairly sure that she is part possum, as you can tell by that look right there. That is a decidedly possum look. Also, she is a chimera cat. That is our one interesting. She's normally not this squirmy. I'm not terrorizing her, I promise. But she's one of those cats that was like clearly formed out of two cats. You can see that line down her nose. I don't know why she's being like this. She loves being off. That's literally it. She absolutely, she's one of those cats that you can move and she will just adjust with you. So I know it looks like I was torturing a cat. I wasn't. That was a weird response. So that's Akamina, and that is Abazaba, but they go by Chonk and Ma'am. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, Haley, it was good seeing you again. We will see you next week. We are going to start at 5:00 next week.
Yes. Oh, that's a good thing. So for those of you who might have to leave early, we're shifting 5 to 7 starting in February to hopefully make it easier for people to join us.
We'll see. It'll be a maybe temporary thing. We're going to see how February goes, and we might change back. We'll see.
So, okay.
ARC readers, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, so here's a question for you. So have you ever used NetGalley?
I haven't. And it's one of those things where I've seen it mentioned in 20 books to 50K a few times. And I feel like there's extremely mixed reviews about it. So I never looked into it.
Yeah, well, because it's expensive, like super. Is that what it is?
Okay. Yeah. So right now you know that I've never done it because I'm cheap.
I haven't. I mean, it's like $500 expensive. It's really, really
and
expensive.
This is for ARC readers.
Yes. It's so I think that there are ways to get it slightly cheaper if you like go through a sort of service that uses NetGalley. I haven't quite discovered this, but the reason it's expensive is because NetGalley is actually used by like bigger publishers too. So yeah, so it's
for ARC readers.
It's for ARC readers.
Yeah. Also like a weird name. I would have never thought it was a book service.
Yeah, and I mean, so those readers too are, I mean, they're like professional reviewers, right? So the biggest complaints people make is that it's expensive and that people give them honest reviews, right? Like, oh my gosh, somebody on NetGalley didn't like my book. Well, I mean,
yeah, but that's a risk with any service.
It totally is, yes.
And you know, the one thing this is like a big conversation that's going on
AuthorTube.
The AuthorTube face group right now. There's a discussion about it. But the thing is that like, so on Goodreads, it's a dumpster fire. People review without having any concept of like how reviews function for the books. And I don't mean everybody, but I mean there are a lot of people, and it was talked about in this group, I mentioned it and a few other people did, that like some people just put stars on books based on like how interested they are in reading it. I notoriously, my last book, the very first rating I got was 2 stars from somebody who had put 2 stars on, I believe she's up to 3,300 books now.
But more importantly, only ranked things 2 stars or what, 4
4
stars or something?
stars.
Yeah, there
And
was
were
no other.
400 books that were 4 stars and 3,200 that were 2 stars. So like weird stuff happens on Goodreads. I will say though, for all of these services, the one nice thing that's happening is you are getting more honest reviews, or people who have more of a concept of what you're supposed to be doing with reviews. So at the end of the day, if you're getting honest ones where people are like, oh no, I didn't like this book and here are the reasons why, that's an honest review. And that's not, some random person who was, just putting markings on things for future reference for themselves or whatever crazy system they have. These are people who are actually just like leaving, like are here to leave reviews and are leaving reviews.
Yeah, I actually, so I like the services like that a lot better than like sort of doing like a cattle call with your subscriber list because of exactly that. Because I think when people get a free book off of say like Book Funnel or Prolific Works and rate it on Goodreads, they don't necessarily have a concept of how that affects you at all as an author, right? Like they're just, that's just their organization. So you don't have any idea.
Roslyn just asked a really good question. And that's, what do you want to see talked about in a book review? And for me personally, so both as like a reader and also an author for my own books, I do absolutely want to know if there is some critical problem happening in it. If there is like, if it's clear that it hasn't been proofread, that there are an insane amount of grammatical errors, that they are, thank you for putting that up there, that if they're missing, like one thing that I've talked about before is people who are writing other cultures. And I don't mean like an Our Voices thing. I mean like somebody who is writing characters from a different country and don't have their books checked to make sure that their characters are actually speaking like somebody in that country. Those are absolutely worthwhile things to be put in to warn readers. But if there are grammatical errors just here and there, just little typos, I don't think it's necessary to state that. And that's coming from the perspective of somebody who sees them constantly in traditionally published books. I feel like people like to use self-published authors as like a whipping post on that, but it's everywhere. Yeah. So really what I think there needs to be is like how true to the description that book is, and if the book is what you thought it was going to be. And then, if there are like problems with the readability, if there are good surprises in it, those are all worth saying. But I really do think that the most important thing in a book review is if it's, if what you're seeing from the cover and from the blurb is what you're getting from it.
That is so interesting. That is not at all what I think of. Like I mean, in a lot of ways, I don't care. Like if you reviewed the book, thank you. But the ones that I find that I think are like, honestly, like what you're looking for is when people tell you if they liked it and why. Like what I want to know is, I'm not really looking for like a criticism of like my cultural representations. I just want to know if they thought it was fun.
Well, I just give that as an example of like something that might be an issue with the readability of it.
Yeah. I think
for both the author and for the readers, like a warning for the readers and also maybe a heads up for the author.
Yeah.
That either they need to like check this or think more about it in future books.
So one thing I really appreciate is when somebody puts in like a decent sort of like teaser summary, like when they sum up your book and you,
yeah.
Yeah. But okay, we have to cut this off actually. So let's talk
Oh,
about this more in a few seconds because
yes.
it's time to do our last write-in.
Yes, we're going to do our final 10, and then we'll have closing thoughts on this.
Yes.
So we will see you guys at 5 of.
Okay, so that should be about our 5 minutes, and you may have just seen that we just lost like connectivity for a couple of seconds there. So sorry about that. Chloe probably will be jumping back on in just a couple of minutes here. Hopefully you got some words written in those last 10 minutes. Let's see what I got while we're waiting for Chloe to potentially come back in. Ah, there she is.
There's 8 seconds left on the timer, so we can.
Oh, there were 8 seconds. I jumped the gun.
When I jumped in. That was the beep right there.
Okay, all right. So sorry about ending that a little early. I don't know what happened there. I got 219 words.
Let me see.
Right now, I'm trying to do like 4,167 words a day to get like this next thing like drafted out in the next couple weeks.
I got
yeah.
So Roslyn earlier said that she might be interested in picking up your ARC review, your angel novel.
Oh, well. Yes. You should find me on Facebook, and I'd be happy to make that happen. Thank you. Because that is the pen name that you will not otherwise find me on. So feel free to message me, and I will.
Yeah, it is under a pen name.
Yeah.
I'm just on my pen name right now.
I suppose I'm assuming that people are finding us through AuthorTubers. We should have better ways for people to contact us. Yeah, because I would.
We're getting there.
Happy
we're slowly advancing.
Let's do.
How did you guys do, by the way? I think we've still got a couple of viewers left. If we haven't lost everybody. Oh, I wonder if my YouTube thing is out of sync now.
I wonder if I can put like a link to that. I don't know. Oh well. Anyways, we had like some final comments and reviews, right? So what were we saying? Oh, I was saying I just like it when people like say their opinion generally of the book. But okay, so my very favorite reviews that I've gotten are when people get like gushy. Like there's not that many of them, right? But like I had this one woman write like practically a poem about he burned toast, which is funny in many ways, right? Like she happened to pick the book that I have the most ridiculous title for, and then like wrote like a strange poem, and I will love her forever for this. You know what I mean? Like I can't. I don't know if her review is totally coherent. I don't really care. Like it was just
so amazing.
Yeah, seriously. It was really happy. So what about you, Chloe? Any last comments?
I feel like I said everything. Don't leave 2-star reviews on books that you haven't read. That's my final word.
Seriously. Yeah. So thanks for joining us today, guys. We are again going to do 5 to 7 on next Monday, and that's what we're going to do in February. So hopefully pushing it back a little bit makes it a little easier for people to find us. I guess we should find a way to help people find our book, shouldn't we, Chloe? Like that should be
I was thinking that was part of like the February plans.
Let's make that happen in February, so that if somebody actually is interested, they can take a look.
So also really quickly, Rosalind asked, where is the most effective place to leave a review? Amazon.
Seriously. Yeah.
Especially if you are American. But like leave a review regardless of where you are. But Amazon's got a really weird structure where any review left on Amazon.com, which would be the US service, is visible on all of the other ones. But like if you are British, your review is not visible on the US site. It sucks a lot.
But okay, so I'm gonna actually put this up there because so it's really easy to copy and paste reviews, and so ideally if you're gonna review, like if you're gonna be an ARC reader, review it on Amazon and then copy your review to Goodreads and BookBub. Goodreads, of course, like a lot of people go to Goodreads just to find out what the book's about. And BookBub is a fantastic selling tool for authors, but in most cases, BookBub won't let you promote anything unless you have at least 10 reviews. So like you can't use it if you're not getting enough people who are recommending your book. So that's kind of a huge thing.
Oh, and if you cannot leave a review on Amazon, because Amazon has a bunch of restrictions on that, specifically that you have to spend X amount of dollars a year with Amazon before you're eligible to leave reviews. Everywhere else is really nice too, but Amazon is king as always.
Yeah. This is a good point too. So Herb notes that he reviews on his blog. So that's actually a good tool for authors also, right? Because it can potentially help you network with other authors. So
yes. Yeah, if you do blogs on your genre, then that gets people who read your genre looking at you. So it is a clever way to promote yourself while also leaving reviews.
Yeah. And as for if you need to do Amazon separately than Goodreads, I think when your Kindle is hooked up to Goodreads, like when you have those linked, that if you review, they might like automatically cross over, but not necessarily. So you should double check that, and see what happens. Send me the art.
Sure, you read paranormal romance, because I will send my stuff to anybody.
Chloe's like, I got demons for you.
I mean, like right now, I'm still sitting on my Christmas story, but I got some Christmas demons.
All right, folks. So we should head out for today. It is 6, so we will see you on Monday next week. And thank you so much for all of your comments. This has been fun today.
Yeah. So quickly, I'm going to respond to Herb about Amazon thing. I'm pretty sure that like wherever your Amazon account is linked to, that is the only place that you can leave a review. Like I'm pretty sure that I, as a US person, cannot leave a review on the UK site. I could be wrong though, and if anybody knows that, then let us know. But yes, whatever you want to do, I would love to get more readers, and so would Sandy.
Yeah. So Chloe, why don't we post like links or something in the comments, and we'll or later on in like the description so that people can find that. Or can we do it now? Can we link in comments? I don't know. We'll figure a thing out. We'll figure a thing out.
You guys come back next week and we'll have all of this stuff figured out, because we need to be smarter about this.
Seriously.
Yeah, if you guys come in next week, we'll be ready to pimp out our ARC reviews or our ARC books. And potentially take on ARC books, by the way. We're not just takers, we're also givers.
Yeah, indeed. All right.
That's right. I went there. Yeah. Okay. So long, everybody, and thank you for joining us. And we're going to be more organized next week at our new time, 5 p.m. Eastern.
Right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.